right, y'all. So I want to see how many takes it's going to take for me to get to the point, right? All right. So as not promised, I wanted to talk about the different, being that I have experience, and not necessarily sexual experience, y'all, but I have experience with men from different generations, as friendships, relationships, whatever. I can talk about this. That's why I feel like I'm a little qualified, right? But anyway, all right, y'all. So the point is, let's talk about millennial men. Now, let me say this before I get started. Look, two of my best male friends of all time are millennials, okay? They are the early and mid millennial men, and that is what it is. So I don't want you to think I'm bashing them, because I don't bash on this channel. That's not what we do here. That's not what I do. I don't do that. But I am going to speak my truth, and I'm going to speak the truth, and let's get it. So let me cut this engine off. So let's talk about it. Yeah. Millennial men. How are they as far as the dating scene and the, overall? Now, these men, let's start with the pros or the positive attributes before I go in. Okay. The positive attributes, they are some of the most, I want to say that they tend to keep it real. They tend to keep it real than the more realer than the previous generation. And I'm gonna do a video on them too. But they tend to keep it more real. You're pretty much gonna get what you see with them. And I say that because we really don't have time for the pretentious, and as far as all the relationships are concerned, or well, millennials can't talk about the women. Men, they don't usually, when I see, usually millennial men, the ones I've dealt with, they usually, you kind of understand where they're coming from at the beginning. They usually tell you early on how they feel about you. Now, like I said, Gen Z, they keep it a little too real, but these men, they will kind of like, they have a little more leniency when it comes down to getting into a relationship, and then keeping it more realer than Generation X, which we're gonna talk about later again. And let's see, what's another great thing about them that I could actually see? Oh yeah, let's say the work ethic. Their work ethic. One thing about millennials, we kind of got the, our parents were, the previous, generations, they worked, they worked, and they usually wanted to secure some kind of future or stability for themselves. So millennial men, they kind of picked up that attribute and just carried it on. Usually they're usually not lazy. They usually understand that you got to work for what you want. If you don't work, you don't eat. Because as opposed to Gen Z men, let me tell you something. One thing I don't care about for them, they love running scams on people. They will run a scam on you for sure. They love running scams and finessing people. And they'll tell you that they like doing it too. And it's like, okay, whatever. And now I will let you determine if you want to continue further dealing with them, okay? Because, all right, but that's the pros of a millennial man. But let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and go in, right? Okay. Look. While I do believe they keep it real in relationships, early on in relationships, I don't particularly feel that they know how to hold them down in the long run, because they focus on the superficial a little too much for me. And that might be some spiritual foolishness that y'all, or it might be a little too spiritual for y'all, but I don't, that's just how I see it. They just they'll keep it real for a good period of time. I mean, to let you know if you want to get in a relationship with them or not. But then when push comes to shove, when you get in a relationship with them, I don't think, a lot of times they get confused and they don't know what to do with it. They really don't know what to do with it. You gonna hear this again in another video. I'm just warning y'all right now, but they don't know what to do with it. And then secondly, the money. They love focusing on money a little too much. I know we live in let me say this. I know we live in a capitalist society. I know we live in a capitalist world. It seems, well, not a capitalist world, but it's a capitalist society here in on the western side of the hemisphere. I get that part. I get it. But they focus it on a little too much. It's like their whole being. They put money before the higher power, before God. They will do that, and if you believe in that, but they don't have a basis of just having like a spiritual sense. They focus on money. Money is their driven. Money is their God, and I noticed that a lot about them, and I like, that's, to me, is a turn off, because it's so much more in life than money. Okay, and I know we need it. I know we have to have it. I know it gives us a better lifestyle. It gives us better options. It gives us more flexibility with our lifestyle. But they take it to a hill. It's like their whole being. If they just cannot get it, life is just fucked up for sure. And they can't go on. It's a lot of them talked about, like, if they don't have a certain amount of money, they will commit suicide. And it's never that deep, okay? Ooh. All right, y'all, that's it. I don't want to go too further in, because I could go all day about this, but we're going to go ahead and talk about the we're going to go to exes. Oh my gosh, they funny. We're going to talk about them next time. Let me go and get my biscuit belly. I'll talk to y'all very soon. Much love to y'all, and thanks for rocking with me. Like and subscribe. Peace.